हरिः ओम् सर्वेभ्यः सादरं वन्दनानि। मम नाम नीलेशः। सर्वेषाम् अत्र भवतां वैयाकरणानाम् अस्मिन् सुधाटीकायाः वर्गे स्वागतम्। अस्मिन् वर्गे वयं सर्वे मिलित्वा लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः सुधाटीकायाः अध्ययनं कुर्मः। लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदी इत्युक्ते मूलग्रन्थः सर्वैः न्यूनातिन्यूनं विसर्गसन्धिप्रकरणपर्यन्तं पूर्वमेव पठितः अस्ति। लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः परीक्षायाम् उत्तमान् अङ्कान् सम्प्राप्य सर्वैः सुबन्तप्रकरणस्य अध्ययनमिदानीं प्रारब्धम्। प्रायेण सर्वैः अपि छात्रैः अत्र उपस्थितैः पूर्वस्मिन् मासे असिद्धत्वस्य परीक्षा अपि लिखिता। कैश्चन छात्रैः अन्ये अधिकाः प्रौढाः भाष्यादिकाः विषयाः अपि पठिताः सन्ति इति ज्ञानम् अहं कारितः अस्मि. I have been informed that a lot of scholars are present over here. I know some of you personally, some of you have attended, some of my previous classes. So I'm very happy to see you all over here. So atra bhavatah sarvan drishtva nitharam modate me manah. I'm very happy over here. अस्यैव मोदस्य वर्धनार्थं किञ्चित् वर्धनार्थं भवतां सर्वेषां व्याकरणज्ञानस्य किञ्चित् परीक्षणम् अत्र आदौ कर्तुमिच्छामि. So we need to know what depth we are before we need to know where we want to jump. तत्र प्रश्नमञ्जूषायाम् अद्य प्रथमः प्रश्नः. So padam तथा प्रातिपदिकम् एतयोर्मध्ये कः भेदः? Now I should say raise your hand if you don't know the answer because so silly questions are there. Savita ji.
तिगन्तं पद सुप् तिगन्तं पदं प्रातिपदिकं तु धातुवत् अर्थवत् अधातु अरप्रत्ययः.
तत्र सूत्रं भवत्या उक्तं परन्तु तत्र भेदः इत्युक्ते सूत्रमिति न.
भेदः पदं तु प्रकृति प्लस प्रत्ययः leads to either it leads to a padam, whereas pratipadikam is not it should not be a pratyaya, it should not be a pratyayanta, it should not be a dhatu. I don't know if to say that in Sanskrit.
अस्तु अस्तु तत्र किमस्ति पदम् इति यस्य शब्दे प्रयोगः भवति तत् पदम् इति उच्यते. प्रातिपदिकस्य वाक्येषु शब्दे इत्युक्ते वाक्येषु भाषायां प्रातिपदिकस्य प्रयोगः न भवति, केवलं धातोः प्रयोगः न भवति. वाक्ये नित्यं पदस्य एव प्रयोगः करणीयः. तस्मिन् सन्दर्भे किं वाक्यं वैयाकरणैः नित्यमुच्यते? अपदं न प्रयुञ्जीत. इफ यू डोंट नो दिस, राइट दिस डाउन. अपदं न प्रयुञ्जीत. यत् शब्दस्वरूपं पदं नास्ति तस्य वाक्ये कदाचित् अपि प्रयोगः न करणीयः. तत्र नैयायिकैः न्यायशास्त्रस्य छात्रैः पदशब्दस्य भिन्ना संज्ञा दीयते. ते किं वदन्ति? शक्तं पदं. यस्य शब्दस्य अर्थः विद्यते, वाक्ये अर्थः विद्यते. If you speak a word and it conveys a proper meaning in a sentence, it's called a pada. It's a very valid definition and it has been imported in the Vyakarana Shastra as well. परंतु पाणिनीय व्याकरणे सूत्र रूपेण पश्यामश्चेत् सुप्तिङन्तं पदम् इत्युक्ते सुबन्तं पदं तिङन्तं पदं. पदं द्विविधम् अस्ति. Only two types of padas are there. Subantam padam, tingantam padam. What about avyayas? Subanta, very nice. Avyayas, very nice. Avyayas are also subantas. We will talk about it. You already know all these things. प्रातिपदिकानाम् अपि प्रकारद्वयम् अस्ति. Anybody? कृत्तद्धितसमासाश्च तथा च अर्थवदधातुरप्रत्ययः प्रातिपदिकं. प्रायेण कृत्तद्धितसमासाश्च भवद्भिः न अधीतं. प्रायेण अग्रिमवर्गे अनन्तरं प्रायेण
एव अधीतवन्तः.
अस्तु अस्तु,
गतसप्ताहे अधीतवन्तः.
उत्तमं.
यौगिकशब्दाः रूढार्थे उपयुज्य शब्दाः,
शुद्धरूढाः, रूढजाः, यौगिकशब्दाः इति सर्वं भवद्भिः अधीतम्. उत्तमं. तर्हि तत्र व्युत्पन्नाः शब्दाः, अव्युत्पन्नाः शब्दाः इति प्रकारेण अपि तस्य भेदः क्रियते. उत्तमम्. अग्रे गच्छामः. अग्रिमः प्रश्नः. केषां वर्णानाम् उच्चारणार्थं नासिकायाः प्रयोगः क्रियते?
मुखनासिकावचनोनुनासिकः.
अनुनासिकवर्णानां
वर्णानाम्. I am not asking sutras.
वर्गस्य अन्तिम वर्णानां
पञ्चमवर्ण वर्गीयपञ्चमवर्णाः
ओके, वर्ग पंचमवर्णाः नंबर 1 वर्ग पंचमवर्णाः क वर्गस्य पंचमः ङकारः, च वर्गस्य पंचमः यकारः, अनेन प्रकारेण णकारः नकारः मकारः। सो 5 लेटर्स एतेषाम् उच्चारणार्थं नासिकायाः प्रयोगः क्रियते। तदेव
य
वा?
ल र य ल
अनुस्वारं च
अनुस्वार
अनुस्वारं च
अनुस्वारस्य उच्चारणार्थं नासिकायाः प्रयोगः क्रियते। य ल व र नास्ति, य ल व इत्येतेषां त्रयाणां सानुनासिकभेदः विद्यते। तत्र विशिष्टरूपेण एतद् वाक्यं वक्तव्यम्। वर्गपञ्चमाः ये सन्ति तेषां नित्यम् अनुनासिकया सह एव उच्चारणं भवति, परन्तु तत्र य ल व एते सन्ति, एतेषां भेदः विद्यते। सानुनासिकः भेदः, निरनुनासिकः भेदः। इतोपि कस्य उच्चारणं नासिकया सह भवति? अनुस्वारः अस्ति इति
स्वराः
यदि उक्तं, स्वराः, बहु उत्तमं।
स्वराः।
स्वराणामपि सानुनासिकभेदः, निरनुनासिकः भेदः। So there are 4 things and you should write all the 4 things. वर्गपञ्चमाः, स्वराणाम् अनुनासिकभेदः, यवलानाम् अनुनासिकभेदः, अन्ते च अनुस्वारः। अनुस्वारः तथा अनुनासिकः एतयोः मध्ये को भेदः?
अनुस्वारः स्वरेण
नासिका
सह
अनुस्वारस्य
अनुस्वारः केवल नासिकया उच्चार्यते
अनुनासिक
मुखनासिका
अनुस्वारः मुखसहित नासिकया उच्चार्यते
अनुस्वार
अनुस्वारस्य उच्चारणे स्वरस्य आवश्यकता
स्वरस्य आवश्यकता
भवति
तत्र किं
भवत्येव।
तत्र किं ज्ञातव्यं? तत्र मुख्यः भेदः अयम्, अनुस्वारः इति पृथक् वर्णः अस्ति। अनुस्वार is a separate entity. There are sutras that will give anuswara as an adesha. मोनुस्वारः नश्चापदान्तस्य जलि अनुस्वारः इति पृथक् वर्णः अस्ति। अनुनासिकम् इति स्वरस्य भेदः अस्ति, नो चेत् कस्यचित् वर्णस्य भेदः। सो तत्र अनुस्वारः इति पृथक् रूपेण वर्णरूपेण तस्य ग्रहणं क्रियते। अयोगवाहेषु तस्य ग्रहणं भवति। प्रायेण सर्वैः ज्ञायते अनुस्वारः, विसर्गः, जिह्वामूलीयः, उपध्मानीयः, एतेषां सर्वेषाम् अयोगवाहेषु ग्रहणं भवति। चतुर्णां वर्णानाम् अनुस्वारः, विसर्गः, जिह्वामूलीयः, उपध्मानीयः। And anunasika is just a bhed of an existing letter. It's not a separate letter. So you take an existing letter called a, and then you say the bhed is sanunasika or niranunasika. You take an existing letter called ya, and there is a bhed sanunasika yakara, niranunasika yakara. अनुस्वारस्य विषये तादृशं नास्ति। अग्रे तृतीयः प्रश्नः। सो सन्धि तथा संहिता एतयोः मध्ये को भेदः?
सन्धिः यदा वर्णानां संहिता भवति, वर्णविकारः भवति, तत् सन्धिः इत्युच्यते। संहितात् वर्णविकारः भवत्येव इति नास्ति। संहिता चेदपि सन्धिः भवति वा न वा इति आप्शन् अस्ति तत्र संहितायां। सन्धिः इत्युक्ते संहिता भवेत्येव।
संहिता अस्ति चेत् सन्धिः भवति एव।
भवति चेत् संहिता must exist.
Samhita is nearness, right? Closeness.
This is what Jayashree said. Jayashree said what you are talking is
Samyapyam.
Samyapyam is Samhita.
So what you were talking is difference between Sandhi and Samhita. Before that, we need to tell exactly what is Samhita and what is Sandhi. So Sandhi is Varna Vikara.
वर्णानाम् अतिशयः सन्निहितः संहिता इत्युच्यते।
वर्णानाम् अतिशय सान्निध्यं
संहिता इत्युच्यते। सन्धिः तु वर्णविकारः।
Now this atishaya word makes me little uneasy. What is atishaya? This is not a grammatically precise word. You need to have
ardhamatra kalapati
that's also parasannikarsha is also hand waving done by Panini. What is parasannikarsha? You need to have a precise measurement over there, isn't it? Ardhamatra kalikam vyavadha. So if you just say extreme closeness, that is not sufficiently descriptive. You have to be very precise over there and say ardhamatra kalika. So we are going to learn this part a little bit later. The exact definition of the word samhita, how do they define it? We say ardhamatra kalikam vyavadhanam tatra avashyakam asti. So we say, understand this statement, swabhava siddha ardhamatra kalika vyavayatirikta vyavaya shunyatvam samhita iti tatra vyakhyadiyate. We will learn this when we learn about Parasannikarsha Sanhita Sutram in Sudhatika. We will learn this. Just I'm telling for introduction, exact half a matra is required. So ardha matra kalika avyavayah tad atirikta vyavaya shunyatvam. We will learn about that in the course. अदेङ्गुणः इत्यत्र अकारात् परस्य तकारस्य किं प्रयोजनम्?
तपर
तपरकालस्य
तत्
So what-
किं ग्रहणीयम् इति सूचयति.
ह्रस्वाकार
ह्रस्व अकारस्य एव
let's raise your hand because there's so many people who know the answer. I'm so happy. Yeah, Vijay Lakshmi ji.
ह्रस्व अकारस्य षड् भेदाः एव ग्रहीतव्यं. तकारः
ग्रहीतव्याः षड्भेदाः ग्रहीतव्याः. तपरस्तत्कालस्य इत्यनेन तत्कालिकभेदस्यैव ग्रहणं भवति. तपरस्तत्कालस्य इति सूत्रं नियमसूत्रम् अस्ति इति उच्यते. We don't call it निषेधसूत्रं because it is not doing the निषेध of savarnagrahanam. We say नियमसूत्रं. What is the difference between a नियमसूत्र and a निषेधसूत्र?
नियमसूत्रं लिमिट्स् इम्पोस् करोति,
विधिसूत्रस्य नियमे
निषेधं करोति.
सो नियमसूत्रेण केवलं रेस्ट्रिक्शन भवति, लिमिट तत्र आगच्छति. अतः मूलरूपेण 18 वर्णाः आसन्, तत्र केवलं तात्कालिकाः केवलं 6 वर्णाः एव तत्र गृह्यन्ते. अत्र कश्चन प्रश्नः, अदेङ्गुणः इत्यत्र तपरकरणं किमर्थम् आवश्यकम्? आकारस्य अपि गुणसंज्ञा भवतु नाम. What is the problem if akara gets a gunasamnya? Who cares?
because it has a vriddhi sangya.
That's okay. I mean, everybody has so many names. What is the problem? I mean,
आकडारात् एका संज्ञा.
आकडारात् एका संज्ञा इति 1.4 इत्यतः. No, is 1.1.2 at the beginning of the Ashtadhyayi. Nothing to do with ekasamnyadhikara.
महोदय प्रश्नः पुनः पृच्छतु.
पुनः तर्हि तत्र अदेङ्गुणः इत्यत्र तकारस्य किं प्रयोजनमिति चेत् अकारेण सवर्णग्रहणस्य नियमनं क्रियते. केवलम् अ इति वदामश्चेत् तत्र ह्रस्व अकारस्य अपि ग्रहणं भवति, दीर्घ अकारस्य अपि ग्रहणं भवति. अत्त इति वदामश्चेत् तत्र दीर्घभेदस्य निष्कासनं भवति, केवलं ह्रस्व अकारस्य एव ग्रहणं भवति. अतः अदेङ्गुणः इति सूत्रेण केवलं ह्रस्व अकारस्य एकार ओकारयोः च गुणसंज्ञा भवति. Please mute yourself if you are not talking. Please, because it causes a lot of background noise on my side. So ह्रस्व अकारस्यैव गुणसंज्ञा भवति, दीर्घ अकारस्य गुणसंज्ञा न भवति इति पाणिनिना विशेषरूपेण अत्र उक्तमस्ति. किमर्थम् एतादृशः यत्नः करणीयः? ह्रस्व अकारेण सह दीर्घ अकारस्य अपि वृद्धिसंज्ञा गुणसंज्ञा भवतु नाम. को दोषः?
दीर्घ अकार तु वृद्धि
अस्तु नाम, दीर्घ अकारः वृद्धिसंज्ञकः भवेत्, गुणसंज्ञकः भवेत्, अन्याः 10 संज्ञाः अपि तत्र भवेयुः. कः दोषः? Who told you? Everybody of you has many names, right? Nobody has a single name. So what really does it matter if you have gunasamnya on akara? You should ask these questions when you learn these kind of things. So what is the problem and why Panini goes an extra mile to add that ta over there? Think about it and
how
answer
do you
me.
know whether to bring
one person please, because
विधिसूत्रमस्ति.
अस्तु.
क्षम्यताम्.
To block akasavarne dirgha.
So what will happen if you do akasavarne dirgha? How does it get blocked? Is the question clear to everybody? Is there a single person the question is not clear? The question is very simple. अकारस्य गुणसंज्ञा, एकारस्य गुणसंज्ञा, ओकारस्य गुणसंज्ञा इति सर्वं स्पष्टमस्ति. तत्र दोषः, तत्र संशयः नास्ति. आकारस्य गुणसंज्ञा किमर्थं नास्ति? किमर्थं तत्र प्रोहिबिशन कृतम्?
Because we normally take सावर्ण्यम् इति ग्रहणीयं खलु. इदानीं तु आ अपि a to they're both so then you don't know which one to pick. Like for example ar bhavati va ar bhavati, al bhavati va al bhavati va iti katham ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः?
Very nice. एकम् उदाहरणम् उच्यताम्. ब्रह्मर्षि इति अस्ति. ब्रह्मा प्लस ऋषिः इत्यत्र आकार ऋकारयोः योजनेन अर् इति भवति. यदि आकारस्य अपि गुणसंज्ञा भवेत् तर्हि आकार ऋकारयोः योजनेन आर् इति भवेत्। एकः गुणसंज्ञकः वर्णः तत्र आगच्छेत् खलु, ब्रह्मा प्लस ऋषि, आ plus ru, you combine them to get an and then uran raparaha will bring a ra. But if a got a guna samnya, there was no reason to think of dirghasya savarnaha dirgha bhedaha eva tatra agachet. A plus ru will give an a uchcharanasya samarthyat sadharmyat. So a plus ru it will cause brahmarshi, which will be an incorrect form. So you need to explicitly prohibit. This is one just example. Many such examples can be given. Is this clear? Why a cannot be a guna samnyaka letter? Yes, no.
Yes.
Okay. Agre gachamah. षण्णवतिः अस्मिन् शब्दे प्रथमः नकारः केन सूत्रेण, द्वितीयः नकारः केन सूत्रेण. Please raise your hand if you want to answer this. Take a minute to write down the prakriya. If we are not in hurry, you have your notebook. Please use it. Take some time to write down the prakriya. षण्णवतिः. तत्र प्रक्रिया नापेक्षते, केवलं प्रथमः नकारः द्वितीयः नकारः केन केन सूत्रेण भवति इत्येव प्रश्नः.
षट् नवतिः इति स्थिते षट् नवतिः अनाम्नवति नगरीणाम् इति वक्तव्यम्.
तत्र प्रक्रिया नापेक्षते, केवलं प्रश्नस्य उत्तरं दीयताम्. तत्र प्रथमः नकारः केन सूत्रेण, द्वितीयः नकारः तदेव इष्यते मया.
प्रथमः नकारः तु अनाम्नवति नगरीणाम् इति वक्तव्यम्.
अस्तु.
द्वितीयनकारः तु अनुनासिकसन्धेः.
तत्र प्रथमनकारः अनामनवति नगरीणाम् इति नास्ति, प्रथमनकारः ष्टुत्वेन भवति इति वक्तव्यम्. अनामनवति नगरीणाम् इति केवलं वार्तिकं विद्यते. ष्टुनाष्टुः इत्यनेन जायमानं ष्टुत्वं तत्र न पदान्तात् टोरनाम् इत्यनेन निषिध्यते, तस्य पुनः निषेधः भवति. I think recently it was told to you 1 mark question how to write, 2 mark question how to write, 5 mark question how to write. So you have to be very precise and concise while writing these answers. So न पदान्तात् टोरनाम् इति निषेधे प्राप्ते अनामनवति नगरीणाम् इति वाच्यमिति तत्र निषेधः. and then यरोनुनासिकेनुनासिको वा. अतः तत्र मूलं प्रातिपदिकं किं? शश इति शकारान्तं प्रातिपदिकम् अस्ति. If you don't know this, शश प्लस नवतिः, शश प्लस नवतिः. आदौ जष्ट्वे कृते षट् प्लस षड् प्लस नवतिः, तदनन्तरं ष्टुनाष्टुः इति ष्टुत्वे, नपदान्तात् टोरनाम् इति निषेधे, अनामनवति नगरीणाम् इति वाच्यमिति पुनरैकवारं ष्टुत्वे षड् प्लस नवति, तदनन्तरं यरोनुनासिकेनुनासिको वा विकल्पेन तत्र णकारः. अग्रे. Again, please raise your hand before you want to answer. रामः गच्छति इत्यस्मात् आरभ्य रामो गच्छति इत्यस्य सिद्धिं विवृणुत. नलिनी जी.
रामस्य इति आरभ्य सकारस्य ऋत्वं भवति ससजुषोरुः इत्यनेन, तदनन्तरम् अतोरोरप्लुतात् अप्लुते इत्यनेन ऋत्वस्य उकारः, रेपस्य उकारः.
So first of all, there is no atorarplada plude. There is no there. So you wanted to say hashisha.
Hashisha.
Parantu tatra bhavatya Rama sa ityasmat prarambha krutah. Prashna kaha asti? Ramah gacchati ityasmat prarabhya Ramo gacchati ityasya siddhim vivrunuta. Ramah gacchati ityasmat prarambha karaniyah.
ओ एवं वा, परन्तु रामः गच्छति इत्यत्र अवसानम् अस्ति चेत् एव विसर्गस्य प्राप्तिः तत्र.
तर्हि किमुत्तरम् अस्य प्रश्नस्य? तर्हि अस्य प्रश्नस्य किमुत्तरम्?
सन्धिकार्यं तत्र संहिता अस्ति, तदनन्तरं सन्धिः यत्र क्रियते तत्र
रामस्य प्रश्नस्य, तर्हि अस्य प्रश्नस्य किमुत्तरम्? तदेव उत्तरं न भवति. रामः वेरी नाइस्. रामः गच्छति इत्यतः संहिता नास्ति, संहिता नास्ति, विसर्गस्य सकारादेशः अत्र न सम्भवति. अत्र विसर्गस्य सकारादेशे कृते तदनन्तरं ऋत्वम् एण्ड् नथिंग इज पॉसिबल. तत्र विसर्गात् आरभ्य रामः गच्छति इत्यस्मात् आरभ्य रामो गच्छति इत्यस्य सिद्धिः नैव सम्भवति. अतः भवतां सर्वेषां वर्गे अपि पाठितमासीत् रामसु गच्छति इत्यस्मात् तत्र पाठद्वयं मार्गद्वयं विद्यते. एकस्मिन् मार्गे संहिता अस्ति चेत् ऋत्व उत्वादि कार्याणि, अपरस्मिन् मार्गे संहिता नास्ति चेत् विसर्ग निर्माणं रामः गच्छति इत्येव. So understand the question very precisely before you answer. You cannot convert Ramah gacchati to Ramo gacchati. A big pitfall in the introductory, grammar courses that we learn in schools or whatever. We always say Ramah gacchati becomes Ramo gacchati. Not really correct. अग्रे किं नाम आकृतिगणः?
आकृतिगणः इत्युक्ते शिष्टप्रयोगम् आश्रित्य यदि शब्दः केनापि सूत्रेण न निष्पादयितुं शक्यते तादृशाः शब्दाः शिष्टप्रयोगम् एव आश्रित्य तादृशाः शब्दाः अत्र
That is what you're talking about. That is what you're talking about. Nipatanam. निपातनम् इत्युक्ते शिष्टप्रयोगैः यस्य साधुत्वं नो चेत् पाणिनिना एव यस्य साधुत्वं कृतमस्ति। आकृतिगणः इति भिन्नः। विजयलक्ष्मी जी, आकृतिगणः इत्युक्ते किम्?
It is an open-ended group. Tatra प्रक्रिया यदि साधयितुं शक्यते तर्हि
हाँ, तत्र प्रक्रिया साधयितुं शक्यते. हाँ, that's what. So you have only seen शकन्धवादि गण, so your answers are biased towards that. But in real, गणः इत्युक्ते किं? शब्दानां क्रमेण स्थापनमिति गणः. There are around 250 ganas in Ashtadhyayi. If you have not seen those, you should go to the website, look on the right side, there is a gana path over here. Go over there after the class and you see there are 250 ganas across various sutras that Panini has given, right? 262 ganas or so. Some of these are akriti ganas present over here. What is an akriti gana? Paninihi asya ganasya nirmana samaye kim vadati? अत्र सर्वे अपि अस्य गणस्य शब्दाः मया न लिखिताः, केचन अन्ये शब्दाः अपि अत्र शिष्टप्रयोगस्य शिष्टप्रयोगम् अनुसृत्य शिष्टानां मतेन भवितुम् अर्हन्ति। एते शब्दाः अस्मिन् गणे अवश्यं भवेयुः, अतः अयं गणः आकृतिगणः अस्ति इति उच्यते। आकृति means structure, skeleton, shape. A shape has been given, a skeleton has been given, and it's not a sealed box. You can put things, you means not you, scholars can put things in that box. So asya ganasya akriti ganah iti nirdeshah kriyate. What is the opposite word of akriti gana?
Nirakriti iti va?
No, pariganita ganah. Anything you don't know, you have to write it down. Pariganita ganah. Pariganita, counted. It's sealed box. You cannot add things into it. So atra prathamaha ganah screen madhye drishyate sarvadi ganah. That's all what you can talk about sarvanama. No shishta can come and say something else is a sarvanama. It is a pariganita gana. Pariganita ganaha akriti ganaha. There are around 260 ganas in the gana patha, out of which only 40 are akriti ganaha. All the others are pariganita gana. Majority of them, I mean, if Panini gives everything as akriti gana, then we will question his authenticity, right? You write every gana and you say random people can add stuff in it. That's not how it happens. So 80% of the ganas are actually pariganita ganaha. Only remaining 20% are akriti ganaha. Pashyamah अस्मिन् सन्दर्भे. Today is just like to see what you know and what you don't know so that I know what to teach. हलन्त्यम् इति सूत्रेण ठकारस्य इत्संज्ञा कुत्र कृता दृश्यते? Please raise your hand. Don't. Mahalakshmi ji, you want to talk?
सुप्रत्यये प्रथमा द्वितीया विभक्ति द्विवचने
किमस्ति तत्र? किमस्ति तत्र द्वितीय? किमस्ति तत्र? कः वर्णः?
औट्.
वर्णः कस्य वर्णस्य इत्संज्ञा भवति?
टकारस्य
अत्र प्रश्ने किमस्ति?
हलन्त्यम् इति सूत्रेण टकारस्य इत्संज्ञा
ठकारस्य ठ महाप्राणः अस्ति, दृश्यते किल स्क्रीन् मध्ये? और you see ठ महाप्राणः अस्ति. ठ. Would I ask such a simple question to you? ठकारस्य इत्संज्ञा कुत्र भवति? Anybody who knows, please raise your hand. Sharmila ji.
Utha adeshe.
Very nice. The only example in the entire Ashtadhyayi. Ut ityatra ठकारस्य इत्संज्ञा भवति. एत्ये धत्यूट्सु इत्यस्मिन् सूत्रे ऊट् इति विद्यते किल? पृष्ठौहः वह इति धातुः तस्य संप्रसारणे कृते नो चेत् वाह ऊठ इति सूत्रेण ऊठ आदेशः भवति. I'll talk about all these or you will learn all these in the due course. तत्र ऊठ विश्व नो चेत् पृष्ठ प्लस ऊठ वृद्धि एकादेशे कृते पृष्ठौहः. Very nice. उत्तमम्. Let's see who can answer this next question. इको यणचि इति सूत्रस्य निर्माणे किं वैचित्र्यम्? सो वैचित्र्यम् इति वदामः, कुत्किञ्चित् वैचित्र्यमस्ति, विचित्रसूत्रकारस्य कृतिः इति उच्यते. I'm going to give 1 minute for people to think, and then I'll ask somebody to. Iko yanachi iti sutrasya nirmane kim vaichitriyam. Has anybody even thought? I mean, you need to, everything is learned, nothing is new, but you need to learn how to apply things learned at one place into another place. Okay, Vijayalakshmi ji.
तत्र नमुडागमसन्धि न कृतः.
नमो ह्रस्वादचि गमुन्नित्यम् इत्यनेन ह्रस्ववर्णाद् अनन्तरं विद्यमानस्य णकारस्य अचि परे नमुडागमः भवेत्. So it should technically be iko yannachi. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. I don't know, or yes. Namo ह्रस्वादचि गमुन्नित्यम् इति सूत्रेण किं भवति? ह्रस्वस्वरः अस्ति. Let's go to the website. I see a lot of confused faces over here. So I don't know if you remember this sutram. Namo ह्रस्वाद् अचिगणं नित्यमित्यनेन किं भवति? ह्रस्वस्वराद् अनन्तरं गण न वर्गः तस्मात् परस्य अच् वर्णस्य ङुट् णुट् नुट् आगमः भवति. So examples, right, that you have seen. Sorry, sugan ishaha. You say sugan isha. You studied these examples. Vannaste, run, or maybe you can go to Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi if you want. There's too much description over here. But pratyangatma, sugannishaha, sannachyutah. Apply the same rule. Yarn plus achi, yannachi. There are a lot of other examples. Sanadyanta dhatavaha. San plus adyantaha. Sannadyantaha dhatavaha iti bhavet. Sanadyanta iti na. Achisnu dhatu bhruvang voho iyang uvangau. Iyang plus uvang. That ng should get repeated. Achisnu dhatu bhruvang voho iyang uvangau. So you see multiple such occurrences in Ashtadhyayi where he himself forgets or does not use the sutra Namo ह्रस्वादचि गमुन्नित्यम्. The only explanation we give over here is Vichitra Sutrakarasya Krutihi. He is the Lord, he can do whatever he wants, he is creating his book. So Vichitra Sutrakarasya Krutihi iti uchyate. Antimah prashnah Sudhyupasyah iti dvitve krute मूलः धकारः कः नूतनः धकारः कः इति. Please raise your hand. Somebody who has not yet talked, please raise your hands and I can. Oh, there are already.
I raised my hand.
Sada Gopanji, you can please. Yes.
I was wondering whether ego energy and all, there could be some reason why the people also say Namo Swadachi Namun Nityam iti.
महोदय इंटरप्ट करोमि वा?
हाँ वदतु वदतु वदतु. It's all discussion.
इगो एणचि इत्यत्र सूत्र छन्दोवत् सूत्राणि इति कथ्यन्ते किल. छन्द वेदे तु सर्वाणि विकल्पेन भवति इत्यतः सूत्रं न कृतम् अत्र. नमुडागमसन्धिः न कृतम् अत्र इति.
तदेव तादृशम् एव सर्वं समाधानम् अत्र दीयते. No chet yata Sada Gopan ji said that maybe it is nityam. I mean, there are reasons why it is nityam. Sutras before that are optional, so he wants to make it nityam. So
I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
No, what I wanted to say was the thing is, first time when he introduces a thing like yan, whether it is yan or double nakara, there could be some confusion created in identifying the this thing. So he is making it easy for people to follow
by
totally not doing this.
I totally agree with you. So these are. So these are all our guessworks. These are all our speculations. Is there anything particularly written in the commentary in this context? I have never found it out. So tatra yat bhavati yuktam anyaihi api yat kimapi yuktam tat sarvam tatra asadhu asti iti kimapi na vadami. We don't say sutra is wrong. We are not authorized to say that. We cannot say that, Panini made a mistake. We are not authorized to say that. But the reality is he wrote the sutra like iko yanachi, or he wrote the sutra like sanadyanta dhatavaha. And in some places he follows his rule. Tasmin niti nirdishte purvasya. He does a double nakara there. He doesn't say tasminiti nirdishte purvasya. Tasminniti nirdishte. So then chandovat sutrani bhavanti ataha tatra vikalpena asti. No chet spashtikaranaartham spashtata pratipatti. These are all our guessworks. But we never know what actually Panini meant. So we just say vichitra krutihi, which is vichitra is what? Something that is not being explained properly or not being justified properly anywhere. But all these arguments are definitely worth considering. अग्रे गच्छामः. सुध्युपास्यः इत्यत्र द्वित्वे कृते मूलः धकारः कः नूतनः प्रसन्न?
Neither is Nutana, neither is Mooladhaka.
तत्र कोऽपि that you have to remember that, and I had so much confusion about this for many years. There is no new dhakara and there is no original dhakara. It's a Xerox copy, identical copy of one going into two. So that's always you have to understand it, because if you treat one of them as new and one of them as old, you go for a toss in a prakriya. You cannot use lakshe lakshanam sakrudeva pravartate and so on. So you have to say that द्वयोः धकारयोः अपि नूतनरूपेण प्राप्तिः तस्मिन्नेव समये द्वयोः धकारयोः अपि मूलधकारवदेव कार्यं भवति. तत्र द्वित्वस्य विषये किञ्चित् वक्तुम् इच्छामि. अष्टाध्याय्यां कति द्वित्वप्रकरणानि सन्ति? Anybody? I mean, this is just open-ended. कति द्वित्वप्रकरणानि सन्ति अष्टाध्याय्यां? हाँ, महालक्ष्मी जी. सूत्राणि न, प्रकरणानि, द्वित्वप्रकरणानि. How many different places the dvitva has been discussed in Ashtadhyayi? Dvitva is a very beautiful concept in Ashtadhyayi. How many different places it has been discussed?
Trayodasha.
No, not number of sutras. Not number of sutras, number of prakaranas. Aha, correct. So somebody is saying abhyasa related, so that's one. What you see in
you can see it in the, you can see it is the
one person at a time, please. One person at a time. So we have one. So we just wait. Let me explain. So we have one dvitva over here in Anachicha and Achorahabhyam dve that you have already seen. There is a second dvitva that you see in Dadati, Juhoti, Bibheti, and so on, which is related to Abhyasa. Somebody else said. So there are two distinct places for sure. Is there anything else? Don't tell me the sutras.
Sanadyanta pratyaya.
Sanadyanta prakriya is same. It contains abhyasa, right? So once you say abhyasa, everything is included. Is there a third place?
Lit lakaraha.
So even lit will be abhyasa.
Yeah, even lit will be abhyasa. Let's talk about abhyasa karyam. Now, wait. There are some people over here who do not know what is abhyasa. It is okay. We are not discussing it. Just out of curiosity, I asked this and we are talking about it. You do not have to worry about all that. It's not going to be a part of our discussion. So, tatra pashyantu. Let me explain this from the beginning. There are three different places. Write this down if you don't know. There are three different places in Ashtadhyayi where a dvitva has been mandated, very beautifully organized. Tatra shashtadhyayasya prathama pade vidyamanam dvitvam dhatu vishishtam dvitvam asti. Whatever examples you gave right now, lit lakara, sanadyanta dhatavaha, or something else, somebody said, there are other stuffs as well, juhotyadi gana and so on. It is dhatu related dvitva. Anytime you have a dhatu, not a tinganta, dhatu specifically, pacha, patha and so on. Anytime you have a dhatu related dvitva, it is in 6.1. All the way in the beginning of 6.1, he says, ekacho dve prathamasya. 611. What is the sutram 611? Ekacho dve prathamasya. This is the beginning of the first dvitva prakaranam in Ashtadhyayi. It runs for 12 sutras. In this 12 sutras, he talks about the dvitva of dhatu. 5 main places. Note this down. This has to be memorized by heart. 5 main places. You have quoted most of them. So Juhotyadi Gana is one. Dadati, Bibheti, Juhoti. So Juhotyadi Gana is one. Lit Lakara is second. Papatha, Chakara, Jagama, Dadau, and so on. San Pratyay is third. You all have said it, I know. Pipati Shati, Chikir Shati, Jigami Shati. So we enumerated 3. Juhotyadi Gana is the first. That is the normal Lakara Prakriya, Lat Lakara, and so on. Lit Lakar, San Pratyaya. Fourth is Yang Pratyaya, Papachate, Bobhuyate, चे क्रियते, पुनः पुनः क्रिया यत्र क्रियते, you repeat an action again and again and again, that is indicated using yang pratyaya. So Ramaha pachati means Ram cooks. Ramaha papachyate, punah 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 pachati, papachyate, bobhuyate, chekriyate, and so on. So yang pratyaya. And the final is kutrachit lung lakare api dvitvam bhavati. Lung lakara is a type of bhutakala. Three bhutakalas are there. Lang lakara is there, lit lakara is there, and lung lakara is there. Lung lakare kutrachit bhavati. Sarvatra na bhavati, parantu kutrachit bhavati. Api pathat. Go to the website. I mean, you need to learn how to use this website to the best of your use. This one. See, it's in 611. What are the examples given? Look at this. Achi karat, or I think he would have given Ashish, api pathat, api pachat, atitat. So you don't have to worry about what these mean and so on. I'm just telling you a general knowledge that in case of lung lakara, see, there is also prakriya written over here. So in case of lung lakara, you usually get this kind of dvitvam. So 5 different places. That's first dvitvam. I'm not even done with the whole 3. That's first dvitvam. The second is again varna dvitvam, as you already know. The first was dhatu dvitvam. The second is varna dvitvam. What is varna dvitvam? Achorahabhyam dve, it replicates a letter. Anachicha, it replicates a letter. So anywhere you replicate a letter, it is called as varna dvitvam. In the earlier case, you were replicating a dhatu. That was the dhatu dvitvam for 5 cases. This is varna dvitvam. Tritiyam asti padadvitvam. Entire word gets replicated. Ishwaram smritva smritva pranamati. Repeatedly remembers. Ishwaram smritva smritva pranamati. Smaram smaram guror giraha. Dhyayam dhyayam param brahma. Smaram smaram guror giraha. Upari upari gramam. A little above the village, but very close to it. If you want to express this thought, gramasya upari parantu bahu samipe. How will you say? You will say upari upari gramam. We will learn that, or you will learn that in the due course. So upari upari gramam. Ramaha pachati pachati. Ramaha pachati pachati. So if you want to say Ram cooks again and again, you will say Ramaha pachati pachati. Acceptable usages. So this is in 8.1. So if you want to know the regions, the first dvitvam is 6.1. The dhatu dvitvam is 6.1. The varana dvitvam is 8.4. And this third dvitvam is 8.1 sarvasya dve. Look at 8.1.1. The sutram is sarvasya dve. Look on the screen. 8.1.1, the sutram is sarvasya dve. That is the section where you do that dvitvam. So I have also given some examples. Pachati pachati, or upari upari gramam, pari parivangebhyaha, and so on. So these are also examples given in other commentaries.
Mahoday,
Vadatu, vadatu.
is this the one which is commonly called as Vipsayam Dvitam? The Padasya
That is exactly right. That is correct. Absolutely. So this is Vipsa Dvitvam. Nitya Vipsayoho iti sutram asti 814, I think. 814. Yes. Nitya Vipsayoho. Look at this. This is the Vipsa Dvitvam. Vipsa is repetition or regularity. You do a Dvitvam in that case.
यङ् अपि तस्मिन् अर्थे एव किल आभीष्णे एव यङ् प्रत्ययः प्रयुज्यते
यङ् प्रत्ययः अपि पौनःपुन्यार्थम् एव भवति. सत्यं. यङ् प्रत्ययः अपि पौनःपुन्यार्थम् एव भवति. Astu. So we spend a lot of Amredita iti, very nice. You know so many things. So in this particular Dvitva Prakaranam, in this third Dvitvam, Sarvasya Dve, the second entity is called Amreditam. Tasya Paramamreditam. Immediately next sutram. 811 is Sarvasya Dve, 812 is Tasya Paramamreditam. Look at this. 812 is Tasya Paramamreditam. So Amredita is a samnya used for this Dvitva. Abhyasa is the samnya used for the first Dvitva. Abhyasta is also a samnya used for the first dvitva. So each dvitva has its own samnyas, each dvitva has its own peculiarities. Astu?
महोदय अत्र धातु द्वित्व मध्ये षड् भेदाः सन्ति इति भवान् उक्तवान् किल
पञ्चभेदाः मुख्यभेदाः
पञ्च पञ्च ओके 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 थैंक यू
देर आर मोर सो फॉर एग्जांपल अच् इति प्रत्ययः अस्ति कृत् सम्यकः अच् प्रत्ययः अस्ति तस्य विषये अपि कुत्रचित् द्वित्वं भवति so there are some additional cases where somewhere here and there you will get the dvitva but these are like very advanced you can ignore them. 5 main should be learnt by heart and then there are some additional ones which you can just say itopi kechana अन्ये सन्ति इति परन्तु पञ्चमुख्याः के जुहोत्यादिगणः लिट् लकारः सन् प्रत्ययः यङ् प्रत्ययः लुङ् लकारः sorry lung lakara astu okay now we are almost running
Mahoday, is there so just like the first one is called abhyastha or abhyasa, the third one is called
first one is called abhyasa
and this is
both
called
of them are no
the
wait
second one also has a term.
Listen so the terms are specific to individual wait the terms are specific to individual dvitvas you cannot use a term defined in one dvitva into another dvitva so abhyasa is the term only for the first dvitva which is in the 6.1 you cannot reuse that term anywhere else it is not for achorahabhyam dve there is no concept called abhyasa there so abhyasa iti prathamasya samnya asti in the first dvitvam in that dvitvam there is no samnya for the second because you don't need it. Whereas in the Ashtama Dvitvam, the Vipsa related Dvitvam, the third category that we told, there is a samnya for the second, which is called Amredita. There is no need to have a samnya called the first because you don't need it. Right? You don't use the first one and you don't say Abhyasa. Abhyasa is for the first one, Amredita is for the third one, and Abhyasta is both of them again for the first one. Abhyasta, Ubhebhyastam, both of them.
So yatra varnaditvam dvitvam bhavati tatra there is no sanya for
there is no sanya tatra kapi samnya nasti sanyayah avashyakta api nasti kila अभ्यास संज्ञा किमर्थं दीयते अभ्यासस्य कार्याणि भवन्ति आम्रेडित संज्ञा किमर्थं दीयते आम्रेडितस्य कार्याणि भवन्ति तत्र वर्णद्वित्वे कृते विशिष्टस्य वर्णस्य कार्यं न किञ्चन इष्यते अतः तादृशम् आवश्यकं नास्ति. I'll run through 1 minute some of the questions related to this course, scheduling related questions. So what is a Sudha Tika? Most of you know it is the Sudha Tika of Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Vyakhyanasya Spashtikaranam Tatra Asti. Ata Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Sudha Tika iti uchyate. Tatra Jalaputam Pashyamashchet Vyakhyane Sutra Patham Gachamashchet. Pratyekam Vyakhyane Bhinnaha Tikaha Santi. So Kashika is a direct Tika on the Sutras. So if you look at this, I mean, you need to know how to use this. So Kashika is a direct Tika on the Sutra. Similarly, Siddhanta Kaumudi iti api सूत्रस्य व्याख्या अस्ति. लघु सिद्धांत कौमुदी महाभाष्यम इति सर्वं सूत्रस्य व्याख्यानानि सन्ति. परन्तु एतेषां व्याख्यानानि अपि व्याख्यानानि विद्यते second level of indirection where for example in Nyasa and Padamanjari these are the vyakhyanas of Kashika, so they will take the word of Kashika and explain it further. Obviously they will explain the sutra also. You cannot ignore sutra and only explain the commentary, but they will focus on the Kashika. Whatever Kashika has written, they will explain it further in further minor or advanced details. Similarly, Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Bala Manorama asti, Tattva Bodhini asti, Praudha Manorama asti, Itopi Laghu Shabdendu Shekhara, Brut Shabdendu Shekhara, Etani Sarvani Vyakhyanani santi, Etesham Vishaye api Siddhanta Kaumudyam Yatkamapi Likhitam asti, Tatra Tasya Vivaranam Diyate. In the same way, Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Vyakhyanam asti, Sudha Tika. Tasya Adhyanam Asmabhi Idanim Asmin Varge Karishrate. You have already studied Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. We are going one deep level down and now studying the more advanced or more fine-tuned discussion on the sutras that you already know. So you're at every moment you are going to realize, oh, I did not know that it was so obvious over here in this sutra and I never knew that, and that's what will be revealed to you in the Sudha Tika. So that's what we are going to do in this course. Kimartham Sudha Tikayaha Adhyanam Karaniyam? Why not study Siddhanta Kaumudi or any other book? This is a very important question. Tasya uttaram idam asti. In Sudha Tika, What we are learning over here is not the sutras and their meaning. You already know that. You have studied Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. Sudha Tikayah Adhyanam Kimartham Karanyamiti Chet Vyakarana Vishishtaha Granthaha Katham Likhitaha Santi. What is a typical language? I mean, if you go to the website or any other book and try to read Kashika or Siddhanta Kaumudi or Mahabhashyam, I'm sure you will be bowled out. You will not understand a single line, or very little you will understand what is written over there. So they have a typical style of writing the commentaries. All these commentaries, Balamanorma, Nyasa, Sudhatika, they are written in a particular style. Once you understand and capture that style, going ahead, you will be able to open Mahabhashyam or Balamanorama or Praudamanorama, and you will be able to at least understand it in a significantly larger way. So you cannot rely on your teacher to spoon feed you everything that is available in the Vyakarana Shastra. This course is for making you able to walk on your own in the whole ocean or this forest of these commentaries. So tatra Sudha Tikayaha अध्यय समये विषयस्य अध्ययनं तु क्रियते एव, परन्तु तेन सह सः विषयः कथम उपस्थापितः अस्ति. How is the sentence being constructed? How are the word forms being used? What kind of sandhis he does, and so on. We will learn about those things. What are typical technical terms that he uses in those commentaries? एतेषां सर्वेषाम् अध्ययनम् अत्र अस्यां टीकायां कुर्मः. पाठनम् अत्र वर्गेषु कथं प्रचलिष्यति? तत्र जालपुटे सुधा टीका उपलब्धा अस्ति. You go to the right menu, you see there is a Sudha Tika over here, Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Sudha Tika. We will be going to this Sudha Tika. We will be reading each line one by one. So tatra pashyatu kevalam mangalacharanam eva asti natva saraswatim devim tatrapi bahu vivaranam drishyate. Tatra तस्येदम इति सूत्रस्य ज्ञानम अध्ययनम आवश्यकम. अग्रे केवलं लघु सिद्धांत कौमुद्यां ये प्रत्याहाराः सन्ति. सो तत्रापि पश्यतु, you have to learn so many new sutras. रलो व्युपधा धलादे संश झलो झली शल इगुबधा तनि टक्सः तत आगतः. He expects you to learn at least on a preliminary level all these sutras in order to understand the complete essence of this Ayuna Ruluk and so on. So anena prakarena asyaha Sudha Tikayaha pratyekam. Okay, somebody asks me to zoom, which is a valid request. So tatra pratyekam sutre tatra vishishtaha vishayaha tena shastra rupena upasthapitaha santi. Etesham sarvesham vishayanam kramena adhyanam kurmaha. So that's what I mean. We will probably cover 2 or 3 sutras in a class. We can't go faster than that because there is so much to talk about in each of the sutras. A lot of new sutras you will come across, and the language, more importantly, how he has presented the topic. I will be explaining a concept and I will ask you to exactly repeat in the same words what I have explained. You cannot use your own sentences. When it comes to Shastra discussion, it has to be precisely exact wording that is there in the Grantha, not even one letter here and not even one letter there. So for example, earlier I said what exactly is Samhita? तत्र इदानीं किमपि वक्तुं शक्यते, but when you learn that, it should be exactly this statement: स्वभाव सिद्ध अर्धमात्रा कालिक विवायातिरिक्त विवाय शून्यत्वं संहिता. These kind of things are what we are going to learn through this particular course. So we will go slow, probably 1 year may not be required, but still. वर्गे का भाषा प्रयोक्तव्या? प्रायेण संस्कृतेन वदामः. If it is not possible, you can use English. परंतु विषयस्य उपस्थापनं यदा क्रियते, when I ask you to repeat something from the book, it has to be exactly in that particular language. It is called Shastriya Sanskrit, or it is called Navya Nyaya Bhasha. You have to be precise in that particular language. So अन्यत्र संस्कृतस्य प्रयोगः इष्यते न शक्यं चेत् मध्ये मध्ये आङ्ग्लभाषया अपि वक्तुं शक्यते. किमपि पुस्तकं क्रेतव्यं वा? यैः इष्यते तैः पुस्तकस्य क्रयणं कर्तुं शक्यते, परन्तु किमपि न आवश्यकम्. अस्माकं जालपुटे पुस्तकं सम्पूर्णरूपेण उपलब्धमस्ति. At least the part that we want to learn, and I am not going to refer to any particular book or anything, is there on the website. So if you want to increase your collection of books, you can find out where you get this. I think in Pune, Bhandarkar Research Institute has copies of this book. If you want, I don't have one, so this is just as heard information. Or PDF was shared. I can also share it once again on the group. You can download that PDF as well. Karamudrana, Karapatrani Santiva. So Karapatrani are not there. There is nothing going to be in the slides. Today's class was first class, so I just put something in the slides. But we are going to focus on the website and we are going to read every line one by one. So tatra slides are not there. Recordings will be there. I'll share you the recording, on the group. Can the recordings be shared with others? Discouraged, but okay. I mean, if you want to share this recording with somebody else, they are not going to be benefited much, because it's going to be much of a live discussion. It's not going to be a one-way teaching where it can be put on the website and 100 people watch it. So that's the reason earlier we said we don't want to share the recordings, but there is nothing secret or private going on over here. So if you want, you can share the recordings with people. I don't know how much they are going to find it useful. So parikshaha uta pramanapatrani syuhu va. So there are going to be no certificates, because as you know, we are just going to conduct a small closed group course. It's not a proper, official course that is being offered on the Pathashala. So it's a closed group. So I don't want to, involve those, because certificates and so on make it formal. I want to keep this an environment, informal environment. Learn as much as you can, ask whatever you want. I would not know it, but that's okay. That doesn't stop you from asking. So there are no certificates or anything. There are going to be no formal exams, but there is going to be a lot of vakyartha. What is vakyartha? Something that happened in one of your recent classes. Vagvardhini is what you are calling over there. I will be unmuting you all, and you have to speak a particular topic in Sanskrit. The only difference over here is you cannot use your own sentences. The sentences has to be precisely from the book. Shastriya Samskrita Bhashayam Tatra Upasthapanam Vishayasya Upasthapanam Karaniyam. That's basically the whole idea of this particular class. Kim Smartavyam. That is most important, because I got so many questions on the email. What I have to memorize? So Nyunati Nyunam Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Vyakhyato Avasham Smartavya. This is no brainer. And it will happen. Don't worry about it. Don't take any tension. प्रत्येकं वर्गे अस्माभिः सूत्रद्वयं सूत्रत्रयं वा एव स्वीकृत्य अध्ययनं क्रियते. तस्मिन् सप्ताहे तस्य सूत्रद्वयस्य सूत्रत्रयस्य व्याख्यानस्य सम्यक् स्मरणे स्थापनम् अवश्यं भवितुम् अर्हति. Not the Sudha Tika. I don't expect you to memorize Sudha. I mean, if you do that, great. But I don't expect you to do that. Only the Moolam of Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, which is typically one line or two lines maybe. So Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Moolam Tatra Smarane Sthapaniyam. Tadanantaram Kechana Vishayaha Santi. So, for example, I will be giving you some small slides or handouts that you need to memorize right from today's class itself. So those extra things you will have to memorize. So small write-ups that I will give, you will have to memorize them. And then Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Moola Vyakhyanam Ashtadhyayaha Sutra Patha Yavat Shakyam Kanthastikaranam Prarabhatam. So in your other course, you are going to anyway memorize 7.1, 7.2, 8.2. We will, practice that in our class if you want. It will be, faster for us. So 1.1, we'll do 1.2 also, 7.1. So it's not hard and fast. We will try to practice it in our class. So अत्र विषयस्य नाम अस्ति अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम्. कः अर्थः अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम् इत्युक्ते इति प्रारम्भे पश्यामः. तत्र इदानीम् अस्माभिः ग्रन्थस्य अध्ययनं नैव प्रारब्धम्, परन्तु तत्र कस्यापि शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनात् पूर्वम्, एनी सब्जेक्ट, नॉट जस्ट व्याकरण, कस्यापि शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनात् पूर्वम् तस्य शास्त्रस्य विषये विशिष्टरूपेण चतुर्णां बिन्दूनाम् अध्ययनम् आवश्यकं वर्तते. एते चत्वारः बिन्दवः अनुबन्धः नाम्ना ज्ञायन्ते. 4 important meta things. I mean, why I should study this course, who should study this course, what I will get out of this course, and so on. These kind of questions need to be answered before you actually venture into that particular course. Otherwise, after completing half of the book, if you start contemplating why I am doing all this, that would be waste of your time. So whether it is Vedanta, whether it is Vyakarana, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Tatra Prarambhe, absolutely in the beginning you have to ask these 4 questions to you. So Shankaracharya, Adya Shankaracharya, in his Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha, a book on Vedanta, enumerates these 4 things. So atra shloka dvayam likhitam asti. These has to be memorized before the next class. Asya शास्त्रानुसारित्वात्. Asya इत्युक्ते अस्य ग्रन्थस्य, कस्यापि ग्रन्थस्य, लघु सिद्धान्त कौमुदी भवेत्, सर्ववेदान्त सिद्धान्त सार संग्रह भवेत्, अस्य शास्त्रानुसारित्वात्. अयं ग्रन्थः शास्त्ररूपेण लिखितः अस्ति, अतः अत्र अनुबन्धचतुष्टयस्य अध्ययनम् इदानीं कुर्मः इति सः अस्य ग्रन्थस्य आदौ वदति. So this is an example quoted from the Vedanta book, but the same thing is applicable in the grammar also. Asya शास्त्रानुसारित्वात् अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम् यदेवं मूलं शास्त्रस्य, शास्त्राध्ययनस्य मूले, at the root of the entire शास्त्राध्ययन, what lies is अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम्, tad iha uchyate. That is what is being explained right now. Very simple shloka. Asya shastranusaritvat, asya granthasya shastranusaritvat, anubandha chatushtayam, ke chatvarah anubandhaha, adhikari, number 1, vishayaha, number 2, prayojanam, number 3, and sambandhaha, number 4. Write down anything that you don't know. Except for this small slide, I'm not sharing anything. It's just the video recording that will be shared. So adhikari cha vishayaha, sambandhascha prayojanam, shastrarambha phalam prahuhu. Only when you study these 4 things, you will get the phala, the necessary outcome of your shastra study. If you study your shastra without knowing these basic things, it's all useless. So adau anubandha chatushtayasya adhyanam krutva tadanantaram विषयस्य प्रारंभः करणीयः. अतः सः किं वदति? अधिकारी च विषयः सम्बन्धश्च प्रयोजनं शास्त्रारम्भफलं प्राहुः अनुबन्धचतुष्टयम्. के चत्वारः अनुबन्धाः? अधिकारी. The first anubandha is adhikari. What is adhikari? Who is eligible for studying this book? अस्य शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं कर्तुं कः अर्हति? कस्य कृते अयं ग्रन्थः विरचितः अस्ति? अस्य ग्रन्थस्य उचितः अध्येता, नो चेत् उचिताः अध्येतारः के? So somebody who is just started with a pravesha or a parichaya exam of Samskrita Bharati cannot come over here. He is not equipped with that level of knowledge. And somebody who has done with PhD in Sanskrit and multiple years of knowledge, not an adhikari of this class. So adhikari is both way limit. You can't be less than a certain limit and you can't be more than a certain limit. Adhikari इत्युक्ते अस्य शास्त्रस्य अध्ययने कः उचितः, कः अस्य शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं कर्तुम् अर्हति. So what we say for Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi or for Sudha Tika, both. Look at these lines. These are the lines that you need to memorize. Don't add a single letter. Don't remove a single letter. Remember this. Adhita koshadihi. Somebody who has studied Sanskrit sufficiently. Kosha is Amara Kosha, for example. He has studied Amara Kosha. He has studied Hitopadesha, Panchatantra, basic aspects of Sanskrit literature, knows how to run Rama, Muni, Mati words, can talk 10 sentences in Sanskrit. So, Adhita Koshadihi, Anadhita Vyakarana. He should not have studied Vyakarana. If he has studied Siddhanta Kaumudi, he cannot come to this class. So, Adhita Koshadihi, Anadhita Vyakarana, Jidnyasuhu. He needs to be inquisitive. You need to ask yourself, Adeng gunaha ityatra akarah kimartham nasti. Need to be inquisitive and keep on asking questions. Balaha. Balaha ityukte buddhya balaha. Who has not yet developed the capacity to grasp the entire Vyakarana Shastra, who is in the first step of that particular ladder. So, Adhita Koshadi, write this down. Remember this before the next class. Adhita Koshadihi Anadhita Vyakarana Jidnyasuhu Balaha Adhikari Asya Vishayasya Asya Granthasya Adhikari Asti. That is the first Anubandha. What is the Vishaya, the second Anubandha? What are we going to study? Are we going to study the entire Paninian grammar? Asmin granthe kaha vishayah upasthapyate? Kesham padarthanam vishayatra chintanam krutamasti? Shastrasya kasyaha shakhayaha vivechanam asmin granthe labhyate? So all this is being discussed in Vishaya. Are you going to study the immensely complex things of Vyakarana Shastra? Obviously not. You are going to study the basic beginner level things, explanation of the things from Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So Laghavaha Siddhantaha. Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi asmabhi adhiyate, Siddhanta Kaumudi abhi nadhiyate. Laghavaha Vayyakarana Siddhantaha प्रतिपाद्यत्वेन इत्युक्ते स्पष्टीकरणीयाः उपस्थापनीयाः लघवः वैयाकरणसिद्धान्ताः प्रतिपाद्यत्वेन विषयाः. The subjects that talk about basic aspects of Sanskrit grammar. Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi is like introduction to grammar. Everybody should know it. So, Laghavaha Vayyakarana Siddhantaha Pratipadyattvena Vishayaha iti tatra Vishayaha asti. Adhikari Adhita Koshadihi Anadhita Vyakaranaha Jidnyasuhu Balaha Adhikari Vishayaha Laghavaha Vayyakarana Siddhantaha Pratipadyattvena Vishayaha. Third is Prayojanam. He just reverses the order for Chanda and so on. Third is Prayojanam. What is purpose of studying? So tatra tritiyah binduh asti prayojanam. Why do you want to study this? Are you going to get a big fat salary job after studying this? Or what are you going to do? What are you going to study? Why? What are you going to get after studying Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi or specifically Sudha Tika? So atra adhikarina ayam vishayah kimartham adhyetavyah विषयस्य अस्य अध्ययनेन को लाभः भवेत् किं फलं भवेत् अस्य अध्ययनस्य किमुद्देश्यम्. So the purpose of studying the Sudha Tika is for you to be able to familiarize yourself with the basic grammar concepts in precise detail so that you can yourself move on to the advanced grammar books or courses on your own. So Paniniya Vyakarane Praveshartham, in order to enter you are studying this. So you have not even entered the Paninian grammar. Only after you study this you can say you are eligible to enter. So Paniniya Vyakarane Praveshartham Swalpanam Vaiyakarana Siddhantanam Avagamanam iti prayojanam asti. Simple aspects of Paninian grammar you need to understand, you need to memorize, you need to properly get familiarized with so as to enter the vast ocean of Paninian grammar. So Paniniya Vyakarane Praveshartham Swalpanam Vaiyakarana Siddhantanam Avagamanam Jnanam Bodhaha iti prayojanam asti. That's the purpose of this course. And then the fourth point is relation. How is the book that you are going to study? How is it going to give you that prayojanam? If you just take the book and sleep it next to you, is it going to give you that prayojanam? How is the book to be used to get this prayojanam? So that's the sambandha. Vishayaha tatha cha granthaha etayoho pratipadya pratipadaka bhavaha. The book gives the knowledge, you take that knowledge. That knowledge is the basic prayojanam that we are talking over here. So pratipadya is the one that is given the knowledge. Pratipadaka is the book. So pratipadakam ityukte granth, pratipadakaha ityukte granthaha, pratipadya ityukte vishayaha. So there are multiple types of sambandhas. Now this might be a little complex, but it's okay. There are multiple types of sambandhas. So you have, for example, Pita Putra Sambandha, Rama and Dasharatha. Adhara Adheya Sambandha, Ramaha Kate Upavishati. If you say that, कटः तथा रामः एतयोः मध्ये आधाराधेय सम्बन्धः अस्ति इति उच्यते. कार्यकारणभाव सम्बन्धः, विषय विषयी सम्बन्धः. So there are multiple types of sambandhas that are enumerated in the Nyaya Shastra. We do not want to go in the details. This case the answer is very simple. What is the relationship? It is pratipadya pratipadaka, bodhya bodhaka. The bodhaka is the book, the bodhya is the knowledge present in the book. That's something that we want to put in our brains. So vishayasya granthasya pratipadya pratipadaka bhavaha janya janaka bhavaha bodhya bodhaka bhavaha va sambandhaha iti chaturthaha anubandhaha. अतः लघु सिद्धांत कौमुद्याः चत्वारः अनुबन्धाः के अधिकारी अधीत कोशादिः अनधीत व्याकरणः जिज्ञासुः बालः अधिकारी विषयः लघवः वैयाकरण सिद्धान्ताः प्रतिपाद्यत्वेन विषयाः प्रयोजनं पाणिनीय व्याकरणे प्रवेशार्थं स्वल्पानां वैयाकरण सिद्धान्तानाम् अवगमनं प्रयोजनं सम्बन्धः विषयस्य ग्रन्थस्य च जन्य जनक भावः प्रतिपाद्य प्रतिपादक भावः बोध्य बोधक भावः वा सम्बन्धः. It has to be memorized verbatim like this. That's the only way you will be able to familiarize yourself with the shastram. So अत्रैव समापयामः. गृहकार्यं किमस्ति? लघु सिद्धान्त कौमुद्याः अनुबन्ध चतुष्टयम् इति विषयम् अधिकृत्य एकः लघुवाक्यार्थः अग्रिमवर्गे उपस्थापनीयः. So prepare your speech. You can write it down or you can just talk on the fly, whatever you are comfortable with. Write it down in the precise language. I mean, you can use the filler statements on your own, but these precise statements exactly should be copied as they are. And then you can use the connecting statements talk about Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi for a minute, talk about the shlokas from the Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sara Sangraha, and then give these 4 points. Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudyaha Anubandha Chatushtayam iti Vishayam Adhikrutya Ekaha Laghu Vakyarthaha Agrima Varge Upasthapaniyaha. So in the beginning of the next class, we will do a quick revision of say 1.1 or 1.2. I'll unmute 1 or 2 people and we will request them to talk about this Vakyartha on Anubandha Chatushtayam. And then in the next class, we will start with the Mangalacharanam of Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. This single Mangalacharanam itself is probably going to take us 1 or 2 classes. This single paragraph, there's so much to talk. So Natva Saraswatim Devim iti ekam Mangalacharanam svikrutya ekaha vargaha nochit vargadvayam avashyakam vartate. We will go in that slow speed. We'll be learning a lot of new things. You'll need to note down a lot because slides or anything are not going to be shared. Today's class, I'll just take a small printout or small screenshot of this slide and put it on the WhatsApp group.
On the last point, Janya Janaka Bhava.
Janya Janaka Bhava ityukte jananam karoti, nirmanam karoti. Janaka, the one who gives out. That's the book. The book will give out you the knowledge. Janya, the entity that has been given out the knowledge. So 3 words over there are all synonyms in this context. Bodhya bodhaka bhavaha, Janya janaka bhavaha, Pratipadya pratipadaka bhavaha. The book reveals the knowledge, the book gives birth to the knowledge, the book announces the knowledge, and the knowledge itself is there for the Janya or Bodhya or Pratipadya.
Astu, धन्यवादः.
महोदय अत्र सम्बन्धः मध्ये विषयः इति शब्दः अस्ति विषयः द्वितीयः बिन्दु अपि भवति
Tadeva bhavati, tasyaiva sambandhaha. So see, you have adhikari, so you are going to study Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. You have a certain prayojana in mind. Why should you open Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi book? Why not open Chanda Mama book? So that's the answer that is being over here. Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi pustakam tathacha ayam vishayaha. Vishaya ityukte subject matter. Tasya kaha sambandha asti, that is being explained over here. Sometimes this point is also, just 1 minute. Sometimes this point, the sambandha is also talks about mutual relationship between all 3 entities. Like adhikari vishayaha etayor madhye sambandhaha, vishayaha prayojanam etayor madhye sambandhaha, prayojanam adhikari etayor madhye sambandha, anena prakarena api vaktum shakyate. Kimapi uchchamanam asti va?
I just want there is an sorry, there's an overlap between the first 3 and the 4.
So fourth is basically connecting first 3. Imagine a triangle, adhikari, vishayaha and prayojanam, and the sambandha is the interrelationship between them.
Okay.
Jayashriji, you have something to add?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, usually there is a first that prayer is the Natva Saraswatim Devim. Is there another Prarthana Shloka for this Grantha itself, or?
There is another Prarthana Shloka for this Grantha. So if you go to this, see, look at this. Jayati Ganesho Devo Harta Vignasa Sakala Bhaktanam. From there to Joshityupayana Sadashivana Tika Sudhakhya Rachita Shramena. So these last 3 lines are the Mangalacharanam for this Grantha. We will study the Mangalacharanam of this Grantha in the due classes. But in general, because we are talking about main Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, we will continue doing the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi Mangalacharanam throughout the course. These 3 shlokas we will study as a part of the subject matter. Okay?
विषयस्य प्रयोजनस्य सम्बन्धः अस्ति वा?
So विषयस्य प्रयोजनस्य किं सम्बन्धः भवेत्? अयं विषयः अस्माभिः सम्यक् रूपेण पठ्यते चेत् प्रयोजनस्य पूर्तिः भवति. So the purpose is completed after studying the book. So you can find out any kind of relation between the remaining 3. The one that is traditionally given is this. Vishayasya Granthasya Sambandha. This has been traditionally given. So these lines are not constructed by me. I have no authority to construct these lines. These have been precisely picked on from the complex Granthas. You won't find these lines in Sudha Tika. These are explicitly taken from, I think, Bala Manorama or some other place. But these are the ones that we need to memorize before we enter into the Tika.
धन्यवादः.
Okay? So you can have sambandha of different possible entities also. The one that they traditionally give is the Vishaya and the Grantha.
अनुसारित्वात् इत्युक्ते किं महोदय? शास्त्रानुसारित्वात् इत्युक्ते
अनुसारित्वात् इत्युक्ते शास्त्रक्रमेण. This is not overruling the shastra. This book is according to the rules and the traditions imposed by the shastra. शास्त्रस्य अनुसरणं कृत्वा अयं ग्रन्थः लिखितः अस्ति. अतः शास्त्रानुसारित्वात्. It follows that particular tradition. अस्य शास्त्रानुसारित्वात् अनुबन्ध चतुष्टयम्, 4 अनुबन्धास्, यदेव मूलं शास्त्रस्य, and because it is शास्त्रानुसारी, there will be मूल. It's at the root of the entire shastra. So asya deva moolam shastrasya nirdishtam tadihochate. That is being told. These are like 4th or 5th shloka in Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Sarasangra. All the way at the beginning, he has these 2 shlokas, and in the immediate next shloka, he notes these 4 down. Adhikari, Vishayah, Sambandha, Prayojanam. After studying this, you will get the proper phala of the Shastra studies. That's the Anubandha Chatushtayam. See, the word is very beautiful. Anubandha. Anu means later. Anugachati, anuvadati. So anu means later. Bandha means to tie. So adhikari, chhatraha, vishaye badhyate. The student gets tied to the subject matter after studying the 4 anubandhas. Unless you study the 4 anubandhas, you can't wholeheartedly start with the book. So once you study the 4 anubandhas, you are now sold on it. And now you can study the book wholeheartedly. So anubadhyate anena shastradhyayane adhikari iti anubandhaha iti uchyate. So anubandha, the precise definition of the word anubandha, anubadhyate anena. Nachet anubadhyate व्याकरणाध्ययने अनेन इति वक्तुं शक्यते. अग्रिमसप्ताहे पुनरेकवारम् अस्य विषयस्य भवद्भिः उपस्थापनं कर्तव्यं. तदनन्तरं मयापि पुनरेकवारं किञ्चित् उच्यते. तदनन्तरं नूतनं विषयं प्रारभामहे. अस्तु, समापयामः. येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं. नत्वा सरस्वतीं देवीं शुद्धां गुण्यां करोम्यहं पाणिनीयप्रवेशाय लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदीम्.